If you were to look at your diary and get excited about the week ahead, what might stand out?
What really stands out for me now is the work that I'm doing to develop programs for women entrepreneurs and executives who are looking for fulfillment after 60. So a lot of that work is around content, me delivering content. So I do have a weekly blog, and my best days are when I'm writing, and my better days is when I actually post and get my newsletter set up for Sunday morning, which I call the self-care Sunday. Being your best, whether you are an entrepreneur, whether you are an executive, but it also taps into some of the current day issues, such as the gender ageism, the double whammy that women are experiencing at the moment.
Yeah.
And also how they can ensure that their language, how they present themselves, is all about equity as well. There's been a lot of conversation over the last couple of years about diversity, equality, and inclusion, but I look at equity and belonging. And so that is the message that I feel is missing, and that's what I'm putting into my content.
Wow, it's fascinating. So you mentioned the notion of both gender and age getting in the way there. How does that manifest? What are the experiences of some of your clients?
For many of our clients, I think it did become an international story a while ago, where Lisa Laflamme, who was a broadcaster, very well thought of in Canada, was unceremoniously let go. And so big flurry of online conversations about this, and about how during the pandemic, she decided to just let her hair grow gray naturally. She got a lot of backlash for that from the upper echelon in the CTV organization. Actually, the CEO saying, who gave her permission to do that? So there's been a big flurry of conversation about that now, about not only are women marginalized, even in positions where they have a lot of things to say. And one of the things that came up was maybe she was too vocal. Now, we would normally get that in other positions, but in her position as a woman, like that's the first one. So she's a woman, she's too vocal, okay? Even though she's a news broadcaster, she's supposed to deliver the news. And then the other side was the ageism part, and she was let go. Now, her predecessor, when he retired in his 70s, they had a big ceremony around him leaving. With her, suddenly she was not on air anymore.
Wow.
But she went to Twitter and told her story. And so it was a big story. And I believe it was international. What came out of that was that another TV station picked her up in time, sadly enough, to go to the UK and be the key reporter on the Queen's funeral. So as sad as that was, she was on the world stage then.
Yeah. Wow. When you think about things like that, it just seems incredulous, doesn't it? That somebody is not measured by their talent or their skills or their ability to do the job, but they're measured or judged by what age they are or how they look. We talked previously about your GC index. The GC index is used quite often now by recruiters because it helps people in a recruitment process to overcome that subconscious bias that, I need somebody who looks like this and who has this particular attributes, even if that's going on subconsciously. What they found with the GC index is that it makes no difference. There's no trends that says, well, all women have this particular type of profile, or all people of color have that type of profile, or all people with a disability have that profile. We're all different. We all want to contribute. We all want to make an impact differently. And that's what should be being embraced. Not any particular, the way it's not about the way you look. And it's sad that still goes on in this day and age, but fantastic that there are people like you who are out there supporting people like that to decide what they're willing to accept and what they're not.